This is Tim from Padel FYI, and today we're going to go over the best paddle rackets of 2023. This is a series where we'll go over different types of rackets. Today we'll go over the best rackets at different levels. So without much further ado, let's jump right in. Our first racket is the best racket for beginner/intermediate players. So here you want something that's pretty easy to play with, but won't hinder you too much when you want to add some power or add some control. Maybe an obvious choice here is the Knox ML10. We'll go with the Pro Luxury Cup version. This is the change made at the request of Miguel Lamperti to add a layer of 3K carbon to the standard fiberglass surface. This round, medium balance, medium touch racket is super versatile. It might not be the most powerful or the most control racket, but it's very comfortable and it's really easy to play with. We think it fits most beginner and intermediate players quite well. Our second racket is for intermediate attackers. Here, we want good scores across the board, but a little bit higher scores in power. So here we have the Bull Paddle Vertex 3. It's a diamond-shaped racket, but it's not too difficult to play with. A lot of our viewers mentioned that it's a very playable racket for a diamond. And here we have a lot of Bull Paddle's technology. They've done a lot of research. I'll mention a few here. So they have a vibration-reducing heart or neck of the racket, as well as the Haza core grip, which is given within the racket. They also have the multi-Ava core with hard surfaces on the outside, softer foam on the inside, which allows for more control on softer shots and more power on harder shots. Moving on to the next racket, here we have the intermediate defending racket. This is a racket that's going to help you a lot in the back of the court. And it also has a little bit of a harder surface, so it's a bit more technical to play with than some of our beginner rackets. Specifically, this racket is the Babolat Counter Viper. As the name implies, it's actually targeted towards counter-attacking players. It has a very large surface, which gives it a large sweet spot. It's a hybrid-shaped, medium hard touch racket. Really versatile racket, but will be really good for defending players. Our next racket, our fourth racket, is the best advanced attacking racket. So this racket is really a monster of power. A little bit difficult to play with. However, it is, I will say, a lot of our reviewers mentioned after testing this racket, they actually went on to use it as their main racket. So monster of power, it's like a real diamond, it's not a rounded diamond. It's a very technical racket to play with, but it's quite powerful. This is Mike Yanguis's Varlion Borm Sumum Prisma racket. It has a very long handle, very high balance racket with a bit of a smaller sweet spot due to the diamond shape. And that sweet spot is above the center of the racket, so quite far away from the grip. Definitely recommend this only for advanced players. But if you can tame it, it is a powerful racket. Next, we go on to the best advanced defending racket. This is a medium touch Adi Power Control 3.2 is this year's version. It's a very versatile racket, minimal changes by the way from last year. Very versatile racket, large sweet spot with these semi-roundish, teardrop-ish, roundish shape. This racket will give you a lot of help all around the court, and with its harder surface, it's going to have great control, which is great for our defending players. Our sixth racket is the best advanced all-around racket, and in here we had a bit of a surprise. So this is the highest scoring racket on Padel FYI. It is the Alchemia Tenebris 3.0. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This racket is extremely strong in the attack, but it has a very large sweet spot, so it won't do you too much damage when you're defending in the back of the court, but it's definitely stronger in the power. Medium hard touch, kind of a hybrid shape, and it has been well received by all of our reviewers. Now we're going to go into a few rackets for particular tastes. So first of which is the best light racket. This racket, the Air Viper from Babolat, was really designed for the aerial game of paddle, the overheads, the middle of the court, the vibras and the bandejas. It's designed for a very agile game, similar to a tennis game. This racket's quite small, so this sweet spot is actually a little bit small, but because it's so light, you should have enough time in order to get the ball into the sweet spot. But it might be better for intermediate advanced players. The next racket, our 8th racket, is the best inexpensive racket. So the €100 Quickma PR990. We recommend the hybrid version of this racket for most of our players. Players focusing on the attack can consider the hard version of the hybrid, and players focusing on defense, the soft version. Soft is a bit of a misnomer here. It's more of a medium touch racket. The Ava core and the carbon surface gives you quality of rackets 3 times this racket's price. So really a great find, scores quite highly around the board. Highly recommended, amazing quality to price ratio with this racket. Our last racket is the best racket for players with tennis elbow. So Royal Padel has done decades of research into how to make the most comfortable rackets for paddle. And basically the culmination of that research is with their RP polyethylene whip racket. So here we have a fiberglass surface, it's quite soft, and the FiberTech core, it really prioritizes comfort, so you're gonna get maximum vibration reduction in this racket. So that's our list. It's formed through Padel FYI's systematic aggregation and scoring of all the best expert reviews of paddle rackets. We are constantly updating our scores as new data comes in, so please head over to our website to check out what's new. Also, did we miss anything? Is there any category we should cover in our next version? Do you disagree with any of the findings? Please do let us know in the comments. Thank you, and much love to you guys. Wishing you the perfect bandejas in your next match. Vamos, vamos!